Hey, what's up, nation? You're tuned into RapCity, All Much Music, and it's time for the long-anticipated, I know you've waited, Vancouver special. Now, this might seem like deja vu to you, and I might have said this before, but hey, we're human. We had a few technical problems. That's what's been the delay. But right now, I want to dedicate this show, because they sent me a fax, to the Sons of Intellect crew from Vancouver, because I know y'all are representing. Here's a Vancouver special on RapCity.
You guys are next, so just hang here.
Yo, what up? Yo, it's the smoke from the sphere, not the speck in the wood. I still see clear. Represent the glaze, East 19th, the phrase. And I'ma take the glaze off the donut components I use are made to raise. MCs out of the top, torsos get twisted. Just like this, the mystic flavor I prevail. It's like this, P1 on the side, on the left, on the right. Here I come, gonna ride through the night. Lift off, dental plans are like full in effect for your style, Mr. Mocha. Wreck, gets caught, next get twisted. The plots like change constantly. Mystic Mocha in the reins, and I use consonants to take over them. In fact, because of the and it's over.
Vancouver is a city that's diversified with so many talent and culture, and there's a lot of people moving here from back east, from the States, and it's rich for talent. So I think it's definitely one of the cities to reckon with. Give it a few years, and it's going to blow up even bigger. So it's just a matter of time.
It's really living. You can't get the plug on the vibe that I'm giving. Hip-hop is the plug on the vibe. It's really living. You can't get the plug on the vibe that I'm giving.
Vancouver sound, I think it's coming. I don't think it's defined enough yet as to term it that. But I mean, there's definitely a style that people follow here.
The word is that the Vancouver hip-hop scene is blowing up.
The Vancouver hip-hop scene reminds me a lot of the Bay Area hip-hop scene before it really exploded. That is, there's a lot of little cliques, a lot of little groups, and even a lot of little labels with a lot of talent and a lot to offer.
I've seen it over the past 10 years come from, not too many people listening to the music to just a boom, a big explosion now. Everybody and their daughters listening to the music.
We don't actually have a one hip-hop club,
That's 7 days.
We don't have that.
My
7
Walkman's
days.
the
Maybe
best
on
club.
a Saturday night or something, one club might be playing hip-hop all night or whatever, but we don't have one hip-hop club.
It's all about Sony headphones in the city sometimes.
Yeah.
The one thing we're fortunate though out here is the radio show scene. I mean, we got a lot of radio shows. How many we got?
Yo, it's so much that I get patient. Peace to all the DJs who gave me love on they mixtapes. And once again, the man's back with a jazz track. So here's your chance, Jack, to get loose and let your hands clap. I got juice like Goku. Mad crews I broke through. Brothers be mad cause I hate more chicks than they spoke to. And every time I'm jammed, I always find a loophole.
I say basically where we come from and the things that we do every day. It's not, we don't have to live in an environment where, you got to duck and stuff like that. There's so much freedom here that it allows you to, just to be you, and then we can do that in our music also. And it's so like when we get together, it's all of us being ourselves first, and then we come together and make some stuff up instead of having a huge posse and then all coming up with the same material. It's just cool that way. Vancouver allows you to have freedom, a lot of freedom.
When we don't see those right there, we wake up and look outside window in the morning in the hotel room, you don't feel at home, man. Like, we never really appreciated it until the time we drove in that van and then we were driving back, coming through the Rockies. Crazy, man. It was just like, that's the moment I realized that I missed those mountains.
Welcome, it's the introduction to the lyrical master, inventor of innovation. So listen for the penetration. PREVWONSPLITSPHREQC, representing quite lovely, more nicely than an iced tea on a hot summer day. So bring your crew, but they'll be wearing runners while they jet away. Cause there's only one head today that could really do so. And there's only one MC who will be stranded like Caruso. So Robinson, I'm Robinsons, and leaving them down at Robinson Sporting Goods. All my thwarting is good, chipping with all my hoods. Peace to Cell G and all the rest to get down, but peace to FLIP, cause I'm about to pass it around. The Much Music microphone has formed, but now I pass it to the right-hand side. Out of here.
I can speak for our skaters up here, pro skaters that come from Vancouver, Colin McKay, Sluggo, Moses, which all represent, and Barry, Alex, Sam Devlin. They all love hip-hop here. I'd say the combination of the two is probably, they all respect each other. The hip-hoppers respect the skaters because it just takes mad skills to do, as well as vice versa. For hip-hop, you've got graffiti, breaking, DJing, MCing, and for each art form, it takes a lot of dedication and a lot of hard-earned, true soul to be involved with each of them. 4.5 years ago, I went down to San Diego for one of the trade shows, and that's when I really started seeing what was going on down in the streets down in California. That's where I think a lot of the influences come from the streetwear. Finally, when I first started doing it, it was a struggle trying to get that whole vibe across to Canada, and it took a long time. I slowly started seeing it hit in Toronto, which was influenced from New York, and then in Vancouver, which were influenced from LA, and then started spreading across the rest of Canada, being Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and now seeing a lot of mainstream lines out there doing stuff that we were doing like 2 or 3 years ago. I think it's going to be a really, really big issue, you know, coming up in the future.
What we're trying to do, we're trying to have a store that supplies basically everybody with all they want within the hip-hop culture. We're selling them, we got records, you know, graph supplies for all the writers out there, you know, tips, magazines. We're doing mixtapes so the heads can hear the music, all the new tunes. We're doing all the latest streetwear so they're all looking good on the streets, in the clubs. And, you know, even a cool place just to hang out. We got DJ signs in there spinning all the time, spinning all the latest music. And people come down, they hang out. We got open mics on weekends now. You know, people breaking on the floor, b-boying in the back room too. We got linoleum as of tomorrow. You know, so we're just doing it like that. That's the whole concept. You know, Vancouver has never really had a hip-hop only store. They've had stores that sold hip-hop records, but were essentially, you know, just general music stores. You know, they had stores that would carry like one product line that was hip-hop related, and then the rest of it would be like surfwear or something. So we're just trying to have it all hip-hop related, you know, come together for that type of thing.
It's really living. You can't yank the plug on the vibe that I'm giving. Hip hop is the plug on the vibe. It's really living. You can't yank the plug on the vibe that I'm giving. Hip hop is the plug on the vibe. It's really living. You can't yank the plug on the vibe that I'm giving. Hip hop is the plug on the vibe. It's really living. You can't yank the plug on the vibe that I'm giving. Hip hop is the plug on the vibe. It's really living. You can't yank the plug on the vibe that we're giving.
I rock the house like an avalanche when I expand and branch, and I'm dropping than a cattle ranch. I'm the only authorized articulate author. I'm also acknowledged as an artist, assailant, prevail with my gale wind, lyrical cyclone. Not recycled, but a trifle, a rifle off and leave your mind blown out of proportion. No distortion when I'm scorching, and misfortune is the situation for those situated behind me when I stimulate and invade the space around you, acoustically astound you, rip you from the mixing boards like a rebound. You play zone, I play man to man cause I'm professional and your skills are questionable. So yo, step to the lie detector, the rhyme inspector. If your flavor's weak, I call you laser beak, then eject ya, because my rhyme rhyme is optimist, and I ain't even at my prime, but I administer a sinister frame of mind. So yo, feel my radiant aura as I trailblaze the land, find a path as an explorer. Under every nook and cranny, I hook and cram the mic down your throat. What, you mistook me? You can't understand me? Or maybe it's because you stand under me. Yo, check it. I subdue subjects into submission by subtracting substance subliminally from this subconscious. I launch this towards the heavens, about 11 deep when I roll with my brethrens. Deados, Jose, Risk, and Zeb Rock, Salty, Misfit, Red One, and my man Z-Lock. We got Virus, Captain G, Chemo, all in the crew. I can't forget my man Marky, Venom, and my man Stu. And that's how we do on this much music. So watch out, because the Elements magazine's coming out quick.
The scene it's small right now, but I mean, we're trying to get it to blow up, you know, trying to influence it. Right now, I write for Elements magazine. We just had our first issue go out about a week and a half ago. So I'm one of the writers for it. I do reviews and interviews with different groups. We try to keep it sort of Vancouver based, but we have a lot of stuff from the States. I mean, that's where it started. So, you know.
Are there other women like yourself that are involved in the scene?
There are a few of us, but it's very limited in numbers. I mean, there's a lot of girls, quite a few anyways, that support like the music just in terms of like listening to it, buying cassettes and going to parties and stuff, but there's not too many who are involved like with any particular aspect of hip-hop aside from just, you know, parties or listening to the music. I don't know why, but I guess it's a pretty male-dominated scene, so it makes it a little difficult to be a girl amidst it.
That's how we did this piece. Like, this wasn't like planned out. This one was actually, we just started with one figure, you know. We had letters down that he had done, and then we just went along with that and just mixed it all together, and we just came up with this piece and came up pretty fresh, and like you see, about it.
It's not really a West Coast thing. It originated in New York, right? I mean, it spread, and West Coast people basically have taken it more onto doing bigger pieces and just getting more loose with it. So basically that's why the West Coast has got that name of being more prominent now, because everybody's just doing productions and stuff like that.
Well, not to say that like East Coast gets loose, we're not saying that. It's like it's everywhere. I mean, I was just in Toronto. Toronto's got a big scene, you know, there's a lot of kids coming up and stuff, and it has been there for a while. It's just been small. Canada in general, the graffiti scene is small compared to, you know, United States or Europe or whatnot. So we're just doing this magazine, we're just trying to push Canada and like get a name for itself and giving some new kids an identity, you know, for us, you know.
Then what does somebody have to do to get represented in Xylene? If they have a piece, you know, what do they do?
Send your flicks.
Send in flicks.
Yeah. And if your shit, you know, if it's dope, it's gonna get in. If it's not, you gotta keep practicing. Don't expect something for nothing.
Props is really all about hip-hop and all about the elements that make up hip-hop, and all the different types of music that go into it. So for instance, Props is not just about rap, although rap is of course the fundamental part of hip-hop. Props will feature something with dancehall music and even some R&B, because all those are very important components to what we see as the overall music that makes up hip-hop.
there's a network of people who are trying to big up hip hop in Canada. And you know, we go out to Toronto and we get nothing but love from everyone out there. And you know, we respect everyone that's working out there, and anything we could do for them out here, you know, let's rock it, because we need to show our friends south of the border that this ain't no joke. You know, it ain't no joke, and any MCs out there who think they got skills, get that demo together and contact Figure 4 Records. Call us in Vancouver. Send it down, because if you really got skills, we'll get something going on.
You're on?
Yep.
Coming from Victoria, I got something for your area. It's Knoxville, sons of the intellect's representation. That's how I come, rock something for your nation. This is how I do, born in East Africa. This is how I come like a missile seeker. Boosting, I'm coasting and I'm flowing, showing no remorse. I'm not a gangster, I never was, just a living my man. Pass it off to Bird of Prey on this, because it's getting live, y'all.
Yeah, it's like that. Yo, one time for no reason, when we be rolling uneven, I got styles out the up, so you know you gotta be peeping. I ain't sleeping when I get my chance. That's how we rolling right about now. Come in advance, you wanna catch the flow or the flavor, whatever. But when I step upon the microphone, it's my endeavor to rip. There ain't no way I'm gonna slip upon this beat. Hey yo, crew, step up, they catch John. This is some other ill type of disease when I ease upon the microphone, and there ain't no MCs that's within the range of the strange when I be trooping. That's how the stuff goes. Hey yo, that they be scooping is ill, because I still know my styles be on point. When I be dropping, yo, you know I be gone.
The people running this place are all true hip-hop heads from day one, and they know what's hits, and they know what's going on, and they know what people want to hear. So I mean, everyone in this place is a judge of what goes into it, and I think we have a lot better idea of what needs to be put out than the others.
This is for my people. My people. This is for my people. My people.
But since I've been doing stuff here, I've seen lots. I've seen groups like the Rascalz start taking off in a big way. I've seen even groups that I just barely even knew before. All the Seattle groups are coming up here all the time now. A lot more shows, a lot more hip-hop nights coming off.
Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely happening.
It's a very young crowd. I mean, it's weird to be in where we feel like we're old, you know, because we're not as far. Coming from back east, you know, we were all a young bunch, you know. It's always like dime a dozen and stuff like that. And then to come up here, where you know, definitely you get a lot of heads looking up to you and stuff. You know, there's lots of the radio shows and stuff. We got there's Kilo C has a show. There's Maximus Clean has a big show. It's on tonight. I think you're going down there. J Swing, yeah. You know, there's all sorts of
way more shows happening every week, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I mean, it gives a lot for people to hold on to, and you know, to respect. There's also these 3 magazines out of the city now. You know, Props, Elements, Thick. You know, a couple of hip hop shops and everything. It's really
blowing up because the kids are getting older now. You know, the generation wasn't quite old enough for the clubs, but now all the heads that are into hip hop are, you know, getting in the clubs now, and so that's why I see the next 2 years is going to really multiply a lot.
Yeah.
Give us a tour.
Yeah, the tour.
Yeah. They want to see what people have.
We have a lot of I guess functional gear, and then we also have some high-end stuff. Most of the stuff was bought piece for piece, you know. Originally, when I was just doing production work and stuff down in Boston, I picked up a lot of like the nicer piece of gear. We got Focusrite, EQ, Eventide, all this top stuff. We got some Tube gear, some Summit, a lot of Lexicon gear. But then we get down, when I started to put together the studio, we also looked like we need some functional gear as well, so we picked up, you know, so we picked up another 5 compressors and stuff like that. Also, I guess, swinging around on the other side, we have probably, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's like the largest synth rack in town or anything, but we have 22 synthesizers. That's basically, there's a humongous rolling rack. That's a lot of stuff that people use for R&B and things like that when they're coming up.
also did a lot of work for R&B and stuff like that down in Boston as well. So it's cool being out here because everyone plays all different stuff and you get different influences. And I know it rubs off on me even though I might not know it, but I find myself like writing rhymes that I just didn't write before, like in that style. So I mean, it's come together with a bunch of different styles, but basically East Coast, you know, slow head nodding beats and just complicated rhymes and just kind of on the mellow nod your head type of tip.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that definitely had a lot of influence on the West Coast. It's not so much we haven't washed our sound out necessarily, but it's definitely got like smoother and cleaner. It's still got the
pretty
East
musical,
Coast,
you know?
East Coast, sort of like grunge to it, but it's definitely still hitting, but it's just smoother. We've got a lot more melodic sort of things in there.
A lot of us just do what's true to ourselves and all we know, and it's not about making whack music and that.
The dopest stuff I've ever heard come out of Toronto is all the underground stuff y'all been having on RapCity. That's like the dopest stuff I've seen, The unsigned groups, it seems like, is the dopest, You got a lot of underground dopeness out there.
And it's just like that out here, too. It's the same thing. We got so many groups that are together that may not have, like, wax or cassettes out and stuff, but we're all working hard, and I could name off like 20 groups, that are good. Yeah, that's right, man. It's coming. We just want everyone to know south of the border that stuff actually exists here. It's not pretentious.
Hell yeah.